All right, there's something I want to bring out because it's something that keeps coming up in many couples, almost every couple that I work with, and that is really understanding how to become one. It looks like the couples are not, I mean, I experienced myself. We, as a couple, me as a man, my wife as a woman, don't understand really what it means to be one, to be married as one. How do you fuse? How do you become echad, basar echad? Okay, it's not just when you make love physically that you're one, right? It's supposed to go like that on an emotional, intellectual, and spiritual level. So we have to try to understand what that means. And what I encounter with every couple, literally, is that we have different how we say, preferences. We have different type of humor. We have different ways to have fun. We have different interests, right? And different talent. And very often, almost all the time, if it's a real soulmate, then we're gonna have very different ways to enjoy this world, the physical world. One is going to be very spiritual, one is going to be very physical, one is going to be very isolated, the other one is going to be very, with the crowd. One is going to be introvert, one is going to be extrovert, one is going to be super excited and full of energy, and the other one is going to be slow of energy. One is going to be love to be in the air and fly and travel, and the other one just wants to be just in the home and not moving it on earth. Okay, so those are all many examples for real soulmate, usually that and they get confused. I understand, if we're soulmate, if we're supposed to be one, if we're supposed to be so compatible, then how is it that I don't enjoy what he does and she's not enjoying he doesn't enjoy what she does and she doesn't enjoy what he does or who he is? So first of all, the fact that you got married, right, that you're a couple, already shows that you have a connection. Otherwise you wouldn't have what made you push you to become one in the first place. Okay, sometimes it was just on the physical level. So yeah, it's on the physical level. Now that it's not just about the physical, you got to work on the higher levels. But usually there's at least some type of interest in the other. You have the same interest in building a family, the same interest in getting close to God, or being religious, living a religious life together. So that's the point of connection. You use that as your foundation, but then you got to grow and open up yourself to the other, to let the other come in, right? What was Adam and Eve? Adam, where there was surgery, it was open and Eve came out. Now you have to put it back in. Okay, so that part that came out, maybe it's a more passionate one, right? Let's imagine the woman is the heart, so the guy is not so emotional, he's like more intellectual. Well, guess what? Now you got to learn to be more emotional. Also, my wife is too emotional. Well, now learn to be emotional, to appreciate the value of emotions, to appreciate what it means to be sensitive, to appreciate that we have to do everything with emotions, and especially in serving God and right in talking to people, to have more empathy. So the emotion is just one example, but or same thing. My husband now is very he likes sport. Okay, so it doesn't mean you have to be a sport fan, but enter into his world. Allow yourself to enjoy some of what sport is, so that you can spend time with him, the enjoyment of spending time with him, and even appreciate some of the stuff from the sport, so that you can learn to enjoy what the other enjoy. This is really your challenge as a couple. You got to learn. You don't have to love everything. Obviously, you never love everything the same, because you're still two different creatures, so you cannot love everything exactly the same. But like you go to the restaurant. I don't like vegetables. Well, why don't you try that? Your parents did the same thing, right? So now you're in your couple and you didn't do what your parents did, but now it comes out in your couple. Whatever we don't deal as kids, it comes out in your couple, and if it doesn't work, and then your couple doesn't come in your kids, right? So you got to learn to love. Try this vegetable, and what actually I like this vegetable. So now you allowed to connect to your spouse by letting one part be part of you, part of your stomach, right? Or you learn to appreciate something that was part of the other, and now it becomes part of you. And like I just said, I want to give that example because, like I said, it's not if you don't deal with it with your spouse, it's gonna come with your kids. So let's say your kids, you love basketball, and you don't like soccer, it's boring to you. But your kid, he's love and passionate about soccer. So Rai's like, no, I don't want nothing to do with you because I love basketball. You like soccer, or you're a loser, or I don't like you, or I'm not interested in spending time with you. What? So you're gonna reject your kid because he likes something else? Unfortunately, I know parents who do that. They disconnect from the kids because they want the kids to be like you. I like basketball, so you should like basketball. I wanted to be a pianist. I love classical music. You should like classical music. Well, that's making the other be the same as you. As husband and wife, you're not supposed to want the other one to be the same as you. God forbid. You want the woman to become a man? Well, there's maybe why there's so many gays and lesbians, and and people are marrying the same thing, because I want to love only myself. This is really what it's end up to. I want to love exactly something that is like me. Well, guess what? Then you don't get married. Marriage is to learn to love, to love someone who is not like you, to learn new things, to learn to appreciate the other's world and let it be part of you. Otherwise, you're not becoming one. You're being roommates, and he likes that. Okay, we'll speak once in a while. I come home and we discuss about just, okay, how was the day? Let's pay the bills together. Let's have a bit of sex, and let's, watch one movie together, and that's it. That's not love. That's not being married. That's being roommate. It's friends with no strings attached. You take advantage of the other. It's all about me. If it's not about you, if you're not selfish, if you take off your ego and you understand that becoming one is understanding it, that really my spouse is me. My spouse is also me, and therefore I got to learn to love every part of my spouse. Learn to, okay, you don't like his humor or her humor. Okay, that's fine, but I'm sure there's like a few jokes that actually are going to be funny. So that's the part you like. You don't have to focus on the humor otherwise. You focus on one of its talent. But so how do we start? Choose one area as couples. Choose one area where you're gonna learn to love that part of that person's life. So he loves baseball. So learn to spend time and enjoy baseball. Be spending quality time with that person, and then you share one thing. If it's not sport, then he loves mathematics, or he loves Gemara. So learn, whatever it is, learn to appreciate something that the other loves. And same thing, she loves shopping, so go enjoy shopping. Shopping, you can try different things, and it's fun. Find one area that that enables you to become one with the person. It's a fusion. So you have to learn to love, not to just stay disconnected. That's the thing. So together as a couple, you work on fusing by making that a project. The project is, I'm learning to love your world and you're learning to love my world. That's what a real couple should do. Now, another thing that we can do is to learn to have a project together. Let's discover something together, so that together, even most of the things we don't enjoy the same, but I'm gonna learn to let's find something we both enjoy. And more things that we both enjoy. Maybe we both enjoy painting. Maybe we both enjoy another new sport, horseback riding. Maybe we both enjoy certain music, right? So you find new areas, because then you're gonna bond. How are you gonna bond together and become one if you don't find more and more things that you together are able to experience and share and develop and share your experience, your feelings, your emotions about it. So this is a very important thing to work on as a couple. Otherwise, you're never going to learn to be one. That's what true unity is. That's what true fusion is. And one needs to really work at it. And I'll finish with that part where learning to have fun together is almost more important. You need to have fun together. So it's not just learning about becoming one with the other, right? You find, right? And if you need a list of fun, if you have my book, you can use it. I have a list of 30 things or so to have fun. There's much more, but just to start, maybe you learn to have you love nature, you love animals, you love space. So you start searching and doing things together, having experience together, going on vacation together in places or that you both want to discover and try to discover together. So this is very important. Again, it sounds like a simple thing, but it's actually a huge thing, because it's really learning to become one, two creatures, and understanding that the other, my soulmate, if she's my soulmate or if he's my soulmate, it's not because it's different that you cannot be one with it. If I will tell you, I guarantee you that she or he is 100% your soulmate, how would it change your attitude towards learning to appreciate the other more? Meaning, it's going to be for eternity with that person. She's designed for you. She's you, or he's designed for you. He is you. You, from the beginning of creation, God designed that soul, that opposite, to be your spouse. And with that one, you're going to be the most happy. It's chosen. Remember, God makes the shidduchim. God makes us meet each other. There's no coincidence. So if you were convinced 100% that person that you find so different than you, like so, so unappreciative of your thing, and you so unappreciative of her or his thing, then wouldn't do everything to try to become one, to learn, okay, why she enjoys so much those things. Okay, let me learn to enjoy. We're so selfish. We're so self-centered. It's not about you. It's not about, oh, I don't enjoy, I don't feel like it, it's not my thing. Well, make it your thing. It's not, it's you don't enjoy it, but learn to enjoy it. That's the work that people are not willing to do. It's effort, but we can learn to love almost anything if you learn to have pleasure from it, if you learn to what's the good thing in it. Okay, almost anything, not anything, but almost everything. And that's your job, that's your work. So if you want to be a real husband, a real wife, you learn to become one with the other. You learn to fuse. It's a fusion. It's not just like living next to side. You literally become one. That's what the real marriage is. So Hatzlacha Rabba, may Hashem give you the strength and the knowledge and the wisdom to be able to become one with your spouse.